Where would you rank yourself in terms of your selling skills? If I asked you on a scale of 1 to 10, where would you put yourself? Are you a 2? Are you an 8? Are you a 5? Are you a 6? Are you an 11? Like you're really good? What number would you give yourself in terms of your ability to persuade others, your ability to sell your services or your products? For most people, they usually tell me something between 4 and 6, somewhere in the middle. That's where most people lie. And when I talk to them and I ask them questions, because I'm trying to figure out, is this a person who really does have low skills, or is it somebody who just hasn't had enough practice? I realize that people have 2 issues. So the first is that they don't have a sales process that they take people through, the same process for different types of clients, so that they can measure the same process being used across different people to see whether it works. So if you have different conversations, very different conversations with different people, you can't know afterwards whether that person bought because they were ready, or that person bought because you've really refined that process that you're using. And that's one of the things that I teach in my training program. I teach coaches how to have that conversation and how to structure it in a way that it can be tested with different people to see whether it works for your type of client. So I've done it enough times. I've seen what works, what doesn't work. I've come up with a template, and that's what I share with them. Like, this is what you need to say, customize it for your coaching business, and you'll see the now we can measure. There's a way in which we also report and see what's working and what's not working. So that's the first, having that standard process that you take people through. Part of it includes a sales script. So what are you going to say to this person? Not in a robotic way where you're like this, like reading like a robot, having a conversation that sounds so unnatural. Not that, but like a framework that you can use to guide that conversation, to make sure that you ask each person similar questions and you get the same information from them, so that you can then compare. Is this, if the person who, let's say one of the questions is when they're ready to begin. Now, from what I've found is that people who say, I'll start in the next 3 months, or I'll start next year in, whenever, those are not people who are in enough pain. Because think about this let me use this as an example. You have a toothache. You go to the dentist. He tells you he can solve it. You tell him you'll come back in 3 months. Really? If you're in pain, you need it fixed now. You need the pain to go away now, right? And you'll do whatever it takes to figure it out. Some people who are like, yeah, let me think about it, those are not people who are ready to buy from you. And they're people who are not going to buy from you like right now, because it's not painful yet enough, right? They may come later. So that's one thing. The second thing is, once you have this process and you've refined it and you have something that works because it's gotten you a sale or a number of sales, then you need to practice this process. And if you're not practicing this process, then it won't help, because you'll be like the person who goes to driving school and then doesn't drive a car for a year. By the time you're driving the car, you'll have forgotten how to drive it. So you have to practice these things in order for them to become second nature. And the only way you can practice is by having a lot of people who you're having those conversations with. So if you're the kind of person, whether you're a coach or whichever business you're in, and you only have a few conversations, like maybe 1 or 2 conversations with prospective clients a week, then you're not doing enough numbers for you to be able to get really good at it and test to see whether it's working really well and refine it. Because over time, the more you do it, you realize that you can refine, maybe reduce some things here and there, or add a few things here and there. So if you don't have enough practice, then you're not going to get good at it, which is why you end up saying that you're a 5 or a 4, when in reality, you just have not had enough practice, right? You either don't have the process, or you haven't had enough practice of that process to get it to work. Now, why I teach digital marketing and why I think it's really important is because it enables you to get enough of those conversations every week, every day, so that you can practice and get better and get clients into your business. Because it's the best method right now for any business to get a lot of clients. And for a service business, it's even better because for service businesses, you're not selling something tangible. So you have to understand how to sell something intangible to somebody that they see the value, that it is felt. The value of the thing that you're selling that's not tangible is felt. Just the same way you've bought intangible things. If you've signed up for courses or you've signed up for things that you bought that were intangible, you bought them because you felt the value of it. It was tangible in your mind when you paid for it. If you bought consulting services, or if somebody is going to buy a consulting service, they're not just going to buy it because they like you and you talk well and you're very persuasive. You have to know how to say the right things, or else you won't be able to demonstrate the value of what it is that you're selling. Right? Make sense? Cool. So that's the thing. Like, if you want to be better at sales, then that's what you have to do. You have to, one, have a process that you can repeat multiple times with your ideal client, with your target market. And the second is you have to have enough people that you're having those conversations with in order for you to keep practicing it and to make it work and to keep refining it. So if you're interested in learning how to get a lot of people coming in, making inquiries, a lot of people coming to talk to you about how you can help them because of how you've gotten in front of them, and you're getting in front of many of them, so you also get to choose, which is a great thing. Like, another really good side effect is you stop chasing people down. Like, I really love that. I don't chase people. Like, I send you we have the conversation, and if you're interested, cool. If you're not, that's cool. I've got many people that I'm having the conversation with, as opposed to a lot of people who follow up. Call me next week. Oh, call me. I'm driving. Call me later, and then they don't pick. And then you call them the next day, and they're like, I don't like that. If somebody wants to work with you and you've demonstrated that you're the best person to help them solve their problem, they're not going to give you the runaround. This person giving you the runaround is not interested in working with you. So you'd rather invest that time having conversations with somebody else next who is ready to work with you. So that's what I really love about it. So if you're interested in learning how to do that, if you're interested in learning how to use social media to target your ideal client, so you can help them, not so that you can manipulate them into buying something that won't work for them, so that you can persuade them to make the best decision for themselves, because it's the decision that you're going to provide the answer, the solution to for them, that's going to really help them make their lives better or their businesses better, increase their impact. So if you're interested in that, I will put a link below this video where you and I, you can reach out, and there's the process that you can go through in order for us to have that conversation. So if that's you, I look forward to talking to you. I look forward to you going through that. There's a vetting process, of course. And at the end of it all, that's what I show you how to do, how to run ads so that you can reach more people. Because advertising on social media is just, whether Google ads or Facebook ads, is really like a blessing for small businesses. It's something that one of my clients used. He spent 16,000 shillings and he was able to make 600,000 shillings from that ad that he ran, based on the guideline and what it is that I show him. So it's a great opportunity. There's nothing else that gives you that kind of return on investment. I don't even know how many who are laughing with him because we're like, what percentage of return ROI is that? And we're like, yeah, you need to do the math, right? So that's the opportunity that it gives you. And if you're ready for that, if that's something that you're interested in doing, then yeah, use the link below, and for sure I'll talk to you soon. And other than that, let's see what else. I'm having like, you know, live classes. These days I'm actually doing some live classes. In fact, maybe that's the link I should put for you so that you can start to work with me. I've got a 3-day live class that, you know, depending on when you're watching this, if it's running, then it runs from Wednesday to Friday. And during that 3-day live class, you know, I get to show you how to make your messages magnetic. I mean, it's a lot of fun. I'm really beginning to enjoy doing live classes because I get to interact more with the people who I am here to serve. Because this is something that I know I was put on this earth to do. Like everything that I have learned to get me to this point. Because I used to wonder, what can I do that's going to utilize multiple skills that I have? And this really does fit perfectly. So it was like everything that I had to learn was so that I can get to this point where I can serve people, to help them use digital marketing effectively, to make money, to get clients. So I'm really excited about that. And thank you for watching this video, for subscribing and liking it if you got value from it. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Ciao.